Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to CTV. I'm Leann Chivers and you are here for the softer side of life. We have got a fabulous 2 hours and it is a Sara Cartload day today, which means I'm not alone. And there can only be one person who's going to be in the studio with me today when it's a Sara Cartload. They're very fabulous. Sara Davies, how are you?
Do you know, I thought I'd push the boat out a little bit, so I thought I'd do the Sara Cartload, but as I was in for Sara Cartload, I knew that it was softer side of life on a Friday. I said, why don't we, as part of our January sale, do a softer side, also massive January sale show. So to be honest, yes, this is called Softer Side of Life, but the way that I've written the show, I've basically put the products, because I did all the January sale planning, and I put all of the products into this show as though this was a cartload show. So the deals that you've got, if you are a soft crafter, this is an absolute no-brainer show. You are going to pick up some ultimate bargains. If you're not a soft crafter, if you're a paper crafter, do you know what? This might be the show to give something a go. There's all sorts in here for you to have a try at. Trust us when we say we've got a little bit of absolutely everything to show you and some cracking deals, whatever your level of soft crafting.
I'm really excited, I have to say, because there is some cracking deals. And I was looking on our Facebook pages this morning. I like to have a little check-in with everybody. And we'd done a post recently which said, what are you going to try in the new year? And so many of you paper crafters were saying, I'm going to try a bit of soft craft. So if you were one of those people commenting on our post today, this is going to be the show for you. So we are in our January sale event, and our January sale runs up until the 8th of January on Sunday. And we've got up to 70% savings for you across many categories. We are going to be focusing on the softer side today, but we've got lots of hints and tips for you paper crafters too, and for you try something new as well that are out there. Have a look on the website. You will see the deals on there, and if you see a big yellow flash, that is something where you're not only getting a super saving, but you're also going to get a completely free gift in with that purchase as well. And we're really excited about being able to share all of those things with you. Now, I'm not going to delay, because we had a little bit of a Kaiser Chief moment this morning.
Oh, it's a Kaiser Chief moment.
It's a riot.
Right.
Where I predict a riot, Sara. And the riot was those fabric plates.
Yes, well, here's the thing, guys.
So many crafters are like, oh, tell me about the fabric plates. It's not just for fabric crafters anymore. Oh, no. Sara, come on. What is it all about? What was the furore this morning?
Well, so these are our sewing deal of the week, okay? And we've got all of the different size fabric cutting plates. Your 12 by 18s, your 12 by 12s. Here are the ones that I just had out, which are your regular Gemini size ones, and these are your Gemini junior size ones. So these two larger ones, what's on your screen now is the 12 by 12 one, guys. Those are the ones that are brilliant for the pro. What I do want you to see, so there's the 12 by 12 and 12 by 18 for those of you who use your pro a lot, okay? Now, those of you who want to work with the Gemini plates, these are your regular Gemini size plates, and we also have the ones for the junior, okay? Now, here's the problem that we had this morning, okay? So yes, if we were just doing these on this show, no problem, because all of you fabric crafters probably already understand how awesome these are. We did explain to people that you could use these for paper crafting. That's when the riot happened, and the website, well, you know we've had problems. I do need to explain if you weren't with us earlier. We've had problems with the website all day. The sheer volume of people trying to use them. I mean, it's absolutely been crazy, okay? So what we're having is, I'm just saying to people, please bear with us a little bit, because it might take a little bit longer for you to get your order processed. The website's been a little bit clunky. It only ever happens when we're manic busy like this, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, for those of you who haven't, I'm going to show you how you use the fabric cutting plates, okay? Now, I'm going to use the regular Gemini size ones in my Gemini machine, and I've got my normal plates. Now, if you are cutting fabric, which I am going to do, and I'm going to cut some fabric, and I've got in here, got a couple of the fabric cutting dies, right? So I'm just going to open one of these fabric cutting dies up over here. These are your triangle die. Now, these are coming up a little bit later on in the show, right? Now, if I just take one of these, I want you to see I can cut through. Actually, have I got some smaller pieces? Yes, I have. Look at this. Right. I'm going to cut through here multiple layers of fabric. Now, what we always say is you can cut comfortably up to 8 layers of fabric. So what I've got there is I've got so 2, then we go over into 4. How big is this? Can I cut this over, fold this over another time? And can we cut 8 layers, or is my die going to be too big? Too big. Let's have a look. I'll go with this. Right, and I'm going to cut a couple of dies at once, Leanne, so everybody sees.
That's a good idea. Now, that's the great thing I love about those those fabric plates in a Gemini, Sarah, because you can do a whole quilt top in just a few passes of the machine, because you can fill that plate up. You don't have to do one set of dies at a time. You could even have another 4 pieces of fabric on there with 4 different dies and get your whole quilt top done. Yeah.
Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to set the fabric with the fabric dies in between the two of the metal plates. So you'll notice one of them is an A plate and one of them is a B plate. They are. I'm going to just tape this down, Leanne.
I would
just, if we're going for it, guys, we're going for it, aren't we? Right? Yeah. And listen, I haven't folded over very neatly, but for the purposes of my demonstration, you absolutely get the idea, right? So one's an A plate, one's a B plate. It doesn't matter whether you cut into A or B, right? These then just go between your regular plates. Now, here's the thing. What you've got to understand with these plates is, okay, they're not increasing the performance of the Gemini because they're not increasing the pressure, they're not changing the load. All they're doing is, whereas your machine is usually filled up with plastic plates, your sandwich is now filled up with metal plates. Now that metal, remember what I always said, those outer plates are the ones that are going to absorb the excess pressure. If you have a thicker metal plate, the metal plate will absorb the excess pressure before the plastic plates will. So all they'll do is, if you notice with this, right, I've done all that cutting, yet there's no marking on this plate whatsoever, right? So usually when you use now metal plates, you'd expect them to mark. They're not going to mark in the slightest, yet you can see there it's cut through all 8 layers of that fabric. Absolutely, not like a hot knife, even the last one, like a hot knife through butter. So just the same performance that you expect with a regular Gemini metal plate, just the difference is it's going to cut all 8 layers of your fabric like this. It's not going to mark the plates, and the extra pressure that you don't use is being absorbed by these metal plates, so the performance isn't impeding on these ones here. Yes. So if you are a little bit like us, right, well, I always say not like Leanne. Leanne's really good and she turns and rotates her plates every time she uses them. Sarah, not so much, right? So if your plates are like this, right, because you don't always remember to turn and rotate them, then what you can do is adding these metal ones in instead will give you a different experience. Now, I want to show you how you use them for papercraft as well. So I did say earlier, the broderie anglais dies are beautifully detailed. So look at this. We'll come back to this later on in the show, or should I say we'll be coming back to these dies in cartload tonight, right? So if you're watching us in cartload, what I'm doing is I'm taking a really thick paper here. So I'm taking some pearlescent cardstock. I'm going to use that lovely broderie anglais die. So I'm just going to cut that through, really detailed die like this, right? I'm trying to show you this now because we might not have these in stock come cartload later tonight, right? Now, all we need to do is we need to sandwich this between the 2 layers of metal die. Now, I want you to think about something here, right? When I went through all those layers of fabric, look at how thick that was, right? Look at just how thick that was. Much thicker than what that piece of cardstock is. Now, I can't give you a rule of thumb here, guys. I want you to use your common sense, okay? So, if you're cutting through 8 layers of fabric, you don't need any other plates in the middle. If I was cutting through several layers of cardstock, I probably wouldn't need any other plates in the middle. As I'm only cutting through 1 layer of cardstock, and this is a thin metal die, not one of our multimedia dies, right? The thickness difference between here, the thickness here between the materials, I'm going to add in one of our other plates. So you can either add in the magnetic shim or you can add in the plastic shim. Because I've got a thin metal die and only 1 sheet of plastic, only 1 sheet of cardstock, I'm going to go with the thickest. So I'm going to go with the plastic shim. If I was doing several layers of cardstock, or I was using a multimedia die, I wouldn't use the big thick one. I would maybe just use the magnetic one because it's a little bit thinner. Correct. But I am still going to sandwich that in between the 2 plates. I'm adding in that frosted shim. So remember, you don't need to do that if you're using a multimedia die. You do need to use it if you're using a regular thin metal die. That is going to give you the big difference. Now, do you know when these would be brilliant? Jigsaw dies. I'm getting in my ear, Val from Southampton's asking, would these be brilliant for the jigsaw dies? All my life, they would be perfect. But if you're using a nice thick mount board and it's a multimedia die, don't bother adding extra shims in, right? You don't need any extra shims because you've got that thickness. Now, look at the difference that this has made here, right? That has cut as you expect it to, like a Gemini, to absolute perfection in here, yet none of the excess pressure is absorbed by the outer plates. They get absorbed by the metal plates, and I think you can see a tiny little bit of marking on there, but it's minuscule, right? And as soon as I tap this, you will see the performance on these. Just as you do, it's the machine, it's the Gemini that's giving the performance. The difference is the performance is not impeding on these metal plastic plates. It's all getting absorbed into these metal ones. So whether you're a soft crafter or a paper crafter, trust me, a set of these metal plates is going to revolutionise the way that you use your machine. And you're going to go for the big ones if you've got a big Gemini, or get yourself the smaller set if you want to go for the junior ones. Isn't that right, Chivs?
Absolutely it is. 100%. Could not have said any of that better myself, Sarah.
Well, I'm glad to hear
Honestly,
it.
I was nodding along all the way. I was like a little noddy dog. Absolutely. And what it does do is just mean you don't need to replace your plastic plates as often. So it gives you a little bit more longevity. You will need to, they are a consumable, but not as often. Now, we've got here for you, build a block. And I feel I always need to do it in the style of Harry Hill. Build a block of the week. We've got that for you now. And you've got a 50% saving, which is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Apparently, Becky's now doing build a block of the week. Does she? Oh my word, I must tune in and watch that. That's so funny. I must catch up with her. I hope she's had a gorgeous Christmas. This set from Jo Avery.
She's here next week, by the way.
Is she?
She's here next week because it's New Year, new craft. So she's doing the soft crafts on
What
Friday.
day is she in? Friday. I'll come and see her. Oh, I'm going to catch up. We'll have a nice little cup of tea and a piece of cake, me and Becky. I'm looking forward to that. This set is from Jo Avery. Jo is such a phenomenal patchworker, quilter, applique artist, craft manipulator, and is very, very well known in the industry. This set was created by Jo to allow you to make 3 different projects with one die set, and is in the builder block range because it gives you all of the pieces that you will put together to create the different blocks that you then assemble into the different patterns. And you get 3 different projects in this builder block set. That means the instructions to make the placemat, the lap quilt and the sewing machine cover is also included for you. So you get all of the instruction, you get the dies, which give you the precision. It means you can piece things together and it'll always be 100% perfect. Plus you get the patterns to make those 3 projects on there. When you think you get all of that, 3 dies for 3 different projects, instructions for 3 different projects, hand put together by one of the most renowned patchworkers in the soft craft industry, Jo Avery. When you think you're getting all of that, for £13.60 or £15.20, I'm sure you agree that that is an absolutely phenomenal price and offer. And certainly if you are wanting to try some patchworking and you haven't yet, and you don't want to invest in a full builder block set, but you want to give it a go, you want to test if what we're telling you in terms of it being cut and going together perfectly with no effort at all, this would be the set to get and try. And these are an example of what you're going to be able to create. You can see here, this is the little cushion. And that's just using one of the panels that you create that would make the quilt, makes that lovely little cushion for you. And this, I have to say, I don't own this particular builder block set, but I will by the end of the day. Because when Sarah's shown you the next thing, I'm going to go on the website and buy it. This is truly beautiful. Look at how absolutely exquisite that is. It's so pretty. It's really quite vintage. It's quite old worldy. But can I tell you, with patchworking, the hardest thing to do and have it look good is a circle.
Circles. Even I know that, Chivs.
It's the hardest thing to do, and it's made effortless for you. It's almost like a 4 wedding ring, that design. It's absolutely exquisite. With all of your little scraps of fabric, just building them up to make those circles, using that plain white in the background to make them pop. This is a beautiful heirloom gift for whomever you give it to. It really is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm in the middle of making one for my granddaughter now because she's just got a big girl bed. And because she's just got a big girl bed, I feel she needs her own quilt for it. And I'm going to do what this lady did. And this sample was made for us by Alison Jones. Thank you, Alison. She's pieced this. But look what Alison's done. she's done this lovely little label on the back with a washable pen, where she's popped on there that it's the Joe Avery quilt and it was done by Alison, and when she pieced it with the date on, I'm going to do that with a message to my granddaughter. And then when I've left my mortal coil and when she's given it to her daughter to use, there'll be a little message there from Grandma. And that's what I love about this, because it's not just the joy of the crafting, it's the gifting and it's the heirloom and it's the emotion that you're giving. It's that thing that's going to be in the family forever if it's taken care of.
My boys still play with the quilt that you made our Oliver when he was born. And they get it out when our Gracie comes and use it as a play mat. Yeah, honestly, like you say, it'll be in our family forever.
It will, and it's just wonderful to have, isn't it? So to think you can get all of that, not only that, but the cushion and the machine cover, and you're getting it for £13.60 or £15.20, and you can have a go at something new this year and create things as beautiful as this to keep or to gift. I think it's absolutely incredible, and trust me, you will have a fantastic experience with those dies and your pieces will go together perfectly. Try and cut them out with a template and a rotary trimmer. Not so much, I've tried. Wasted loads of fabric. You won't waste anything. 50% saving on it, and of course it's that fabulous set by Jo in the Build-A-Book collection.
Right, you're on quilting.
Yeah.
Well, actually patchworking.
I'm
on bag making, right?
Ooh.
Love these ones, right? This is one of the yellow sticker deals as well on the website. Now, it's the first time you're seeing the yellow sticker deals if you're a soft crafter and tuned in. What we've said is for our January sale, what we're doing with all of the key items in the January sale, they'll have a saving. So, for example, this one's got 30% off. But then on top of the saving, you'll then get a freebie, right? So this one here, look at the freebie price on this. You're actually getting a freebie worth £30, $35, right? And I'll show you it in just a second. Each of these, though, they're absolutely brilliant dies. So these are our 3-in-1 bag making, right? So you get all the different sizes. Now, I know they don't look like much, but trust me, it's all engineered to perfection to cut you the exact right size. So you then follow the instructions, and there's written instructions here, and there's video tutorials for absolutely everything. And these are going to enable you to make these fabulous bags, okay? So can you see what it does is it gives you that lovely shaped piece, teaches you where to put the zip in there as well. It's going to do all of the fabric lining for you too. You've also got things like your little pockets in here as well. This is all built in, but instead of being a template or a set of instructions, it's actually a die set so that it takes seconds to do all of your cutting. Now, they're called a 3-in-1 because it'll make you the large size one. It also makes you the medium size. This is the fabulous, I love these. They're such great little wash bags. You could, I mean, we've put big handles on them. I didn't make these samples, they're wonderful from our design team. But you could make them just as little miniature wash bags as well as you want. But then look how cute the little small one is. It's like a tiny, weeny little purse. And getting all of this absolutely perfect, to cut that square perfectly, it's almost impossible, okay? Now, the first set is this one. So these are called the box style bags. $29.99 usually will get you the set of dies. They're all $29.99 each, but we'll cut you the large, the medium and the small. Now that comes together with these one here, which is called the perfect pouches, right? Now again, these are your perfect wash bag ones. So it's going to make you the lovely big wash bag with the compartments in the inside as well here, right? So you've got the 2 little zip compartments to put your extra stuff in here as well. Yeah, that's your large one. I think you've made me one of these before, actually, Leanne. I think it was you. I've got it at home anyway. It must be you. It's only you makes these lovely sewing projects, right? Then this one here. So can you see that lovely big box bottom corners and then the pieces? And then it also makes the little tiny mini one that all come together. So if you're looking to make gifts for people, which I know you love to do, Chivs.
Oh, I do.
I love to be the recipient of said gifts. Works out great for me. This is a lovely little set to do the little 3 wash bags as well.
Yeah.
Now, those are the 2 that you're buying, and you get 30% saving on them. But as a freebie, you also get the set of dies, which are going to make your half circle wash bag. So can you see 3 different sizes? These are all of the dies they're going to cut them. They're very, very big dies. That's why they're expensive. But you're getting the dies. They're the multimedia dies that will cut through your main fabric. They'll also cut through your wadding if you want to do them. We'll put some stabilizer in the middle. They're also going to cut through your lining fabric at the same time. So if I take this out, look how beautifully well this is made. And it's actually cut through the wadding, it is over here we call it wadding. In the US you guys call it batting, but it'll cut through the batting or the wadding, the outer fabric and the lining fabric all in one go, all in one pass through the machine, because the dies, especially if you're using them with them fabric plates, which are on fire by the way guys, the dies are literally going to allow you to cut them all at once. Now, there's the small one and the medium one here. It's a lovely size, this bag, and the suit. Now this is the lovely big large one on here.
Love
and I
that.
just want to open it up so that you can see this is actually cut through a faux suede at the same time. So you can even be cutting through multiple layers of faux suede and also your wadding or batting and also that lining fabric all at the same pass through your machine. And these will all of course nest inside each other if you want to as well. So that is your set of your wash bags, which is coming for free. Or another way to look at it guys, right, £33.50. If you're a platinum member, £33 gets you all 3 sets. If you're a regular person coming in off the street ordering for the first time and you would be paying full price, you'd be paying £29.99 each. So you're paying £33.58 for one, for 3 instead of £29.99 for 1. If you're in the US, it's exactly the same. You're paying $39 for 3, whereas anybody else would be paying $35 for 1. What a deal that one is. What a deal.
It is. And do you know what it equates to? £3.77 per bag pattern.
Did you just work all that out?
I did, thanks.
I like it. She's a good presenter.
£3.77 per bag pattern.
I'm going to keep those bag patterns handy. I have a feeling we will be circling back to these several times during the show because that is a super deal.
You know the littlest one with the strap on? I made that for Ada.
This one here?
Yes, she loves handbags. She wears the little handbag and she puts her little hair clips in it and she's got it on and she's got all of her little bits. She has a little drink bottle in the side. It's the medium one I made. I absolutely
The medium one?
Yes, the medium one, that one.
Look at this.
She has a little drink bottle. She has a hair
Gracie would
clip.
like one of these.
Yeah, she has a
Now, how long of a project is that to make?
Oh, an hour and a half maximum.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 3 or 4 hours.
No, because the dye just cuts it out like that, hour and a half.
Brilliant.
Honestly, Sarah, it's so fabulous. She has a little, like a little raisins, a little bit of chopped fruit, you know, her snacks in there as well. It's great. And she's got her own little bag. Lovely. Now then, I have also got a fantastic, I'm going to keep my glasses there. I must just answer Lillian Kwok. I'm just going to check it's Lillian. She's asked us a question about those plates, Sarah, and so many people absolutely want to answer this. Yes, it was Lillian. Lillian says, and do you know, Lillian, yes is the answer. But the question was, will this help me with the marking on my mirror card?
Oh,
yes, Lillian, it will. Because the plates don't score. You will see the marks, you'll see a shadow, but they don't score. So you don't get the cut line in the plate, which means if you want to be cutting your mirror card and you're, with the pressure of the Gemini, getting some transference of the marks of your plates, and what I always say is a piece of tissue paper or copy paper on top of your mirror card will prevent that happening. So if you're at home thinking, but I don't want the marks and I don't want to buy the fabric plates, tissue paper or copy paper over the top of your mirror card and just cut it as normal. You don't get the lines. But if you're wanting to, Lillian, yes, these plates will help you with the lining on your mirror card. So here we go with the deal that I've got for you, which are, I think, some of the best Nativity Christmas decorations that I've ever seen when it comes to soft crafting. The deal on these is phenomenal. You're only paying £37.42 or £47.45. We've got a 10% saving on these, but you've got a free gift as well. Now, they're worth $25.99 or $32.95 per set. So you're buying 2 and you're getting 1 free. And they are absolutely fantastic. So you get all of the dies you can see there. All of those dies then make all of the characters you can see on this side. So you're getting that set. You're then getting your nativity set. We did this with Becky and she made something bizarre. Can you remember, what did she make? Didn't she make like a fireman in a nativity scene? But she did, I can't remember what it was very funny. But look, you can make all sorts with that. So that's your nativity set. And then you've also got your traditional Christmas character set. So you're buying 2 of these and you're getting 1 entirely free. So your freebie is worth $25.99 or $32.95. Of course, the other 2 sets are worth the same, but you're still not paying that. You've got a 10% saving on there, and your platinum price brings you down to $37.42 or $47.45. They look great like that, but look at what you can make. These are great for, again, family heirlooms and decorations, making decorations that the kids can put up year after year with all of the little characters on there. How beautiful is
love them.
Isn't that beautiful?
Love them.
You could hang that on the side of their bed, above their bed. You can put it on the mantelpiece, put it in the kitchen. If they have their own tree, use it to wrap around the tree for bunting. So many different things you can do. Really fabulous. Decorate your Christmas kitchen. Make your own oven gloves and put a bit of applique on there. I think they're absolutely fabulous. This, I adore, because this is an advent calendar with all of those little characters, and you can fill it up with your own little treats all the way through the year. Hand embroidered the numbers on. How incredible is that? And that, I think you will agree, is an exceptional keepsake to come out year after year. And all we've done on the back is put a couple of loops, so you can pop a little bit of doweling through there and hang it so it can be hung on a hook on the wall, and you can fill it up with your own little gifts. Or if you are trying to decommercialise Christmas, you could do what a good friend of mine did this year. And for her little one, she did an advent calendar, and in each pocket she put a positivity message instead of chocolate. And they really, really loved it. I thought it was a lovely idea. Very different, I think. Of course, because you're making it yourself and they're your pockets, you can put whatever you want in those pockets. And I think next year, Ada and Edie are going to get positivity calendars from their grandma, because I think that was a lovely idea. You could be doing that yourself with this die set. You're getting all 3 of those die sets, and you're buying 2 and getting 1 free. You still got the, well, you're not actually, because you're getting a 10% saving on 2 sets, 10% saving plus an extra free set. So your free set is worth the $25.99 or your $32.95, and you've got all of those, the Nativity, the traditional Christmas characters, and then you've got all of the little creatures there too, your little robins and reindeers, etc. Really lovely, and cut through, using felt sari, cut through 1 or 2 layers at a time. You can, if you don't want to sew glue, Becky, when she's put these together, has used the Collal fabric glue, just a tiny bit, and she's just glued them together and not done any little bit of stitching. I've seen her do that many times. So if you are at home and thinking, oh, but I don't want to stitch all those pieces, don't stitch them, glue them. It's absolutely no problem with that at all.
They'd be brilliant in paper as well.
Yes,
you could use
paper.
your coloured cardstock and do them for your paper crafts.
Absolutely they would. There's so many different things you could do with them. I think when you get them home and you start working with them, I think you'll get a lot of use out of them. And now is the time in January with that saving, because if you're anything like me, I was in a rush before Christmas trying to get everything done that I hadn't done, and it was a little bit manic. So start early, and then you're nicely prepared and relaxed for next year.
Well, talking about starting early and being prepared and relaxed, these are fabulous, and these make brilliant gifts. So if you are someone who is organised and buys your Christmas gifts in the January sales, ready for next year, this is 4 presents for a fantastic price, right? Now, each one of these kits has everything you need in it. In fact, I'm going to pull one of these out, right? So can you see if I open all of this out? If I just, oh, here we go. Like, look at this. I've just flipped something up. There we go. Right? So this one is going to make you this one here, right? So this makes this gorgeous little keyring. So in the keyring, you get all of the felt. So your felt is already pre-die cut for you.
Aren't they exceptional?
So you have the pre-die cut felt. Then you are going to get the needle and all of the embroidery floss so that you can embroider all of that fabulous little detail on them in there. Not only that, but can you see all these little beadings? You get the beads in there as well. Now, if you want to know where to do it, can you see you get this little stencil? So you take your stencil goes over top of your pieces, and you can see where you do all of that stitching in there. And then you even have the little bit of wadding to go on the inside to make this lovely 3-dimensional keyring. And you actually get the keyring chain and the little bit of ribbon on here as well to hold the whole thing together. Now, you've got 4 sets. So you've got the one that's going to do the little bunny rabbit. You get the one that does the fox. I love the little fox. To be honest, I love all of them. And they're a little bit different, aren't they? They're really cute to do a little bit of stitching on here. You get the teddy bear. So there's your little teddy bear too. And then finally, you get the gorgeous butterfly. Now, to be honest, you couldn't even buy them as key rings for this price. So each set is $6.99 or $8.95. You want to go on the website and buy some individuals, you're more than welcome to. However, look at the price of these. You are getting all 4 of them, and they're just, it's a nice sit down little afternoon project, isn't it, Leanne? Where you're just spending like an hour or a couple of hours. Where, like, if I look at my mother-in-law, You know,
Yes.
she's not massively into embroidery, she doesn't have all the stuff, but to be able to give her one box
Yeah.
and everything she needs is inside that kit to be able to do it, and all of the instructions, I think they're just brilliant little gifts for
I
people.
absolutely agree with you. I think they're very mindful as well. They're great portable little craft projects, so great for on trains and planes if that's what you want to do. Really good for sitting in front of the telly, so it's a sociable thing. You don't have to go to a craft room to do that. So if you want to, you know, sit with your other half and do a little bit of craft, they're fabulous. But actually, I think I have never done any detailed embroidery or characters like that, Sarah, but I did the fox because I loved it. And
you did the fox, did you?
I loved the fox. It's my favourite. I really, really love the fox.
Well, there's the fox.
yeah.
I love the butterfly.
Do you?
Yeah, I really love the butterfly.
And you know, our Stephanie, she loves the bear.
But there is something in there for everybody, isn't there?
Isn't
The fact that you even get all of the wadding in there, and you get way more than what you need. The
Yes.
embroidery floss, the wadding, you get loads more than what you need, so you'll have little spares left over. But it's nice, everything you need's in that one box.
I love it. And you know, I was going to give the fox as a present. I've kept it. And I use it as a little pin cushion, Sarah.
Oh, nice!
It's just beside me. I think I've got it as a little
Lovely
pin
little
cushion.
idea.
It's not even as a keyring. So many things you can do with them, and they're really, it's a very satisfying project if you're doing it for yourself. It's a beautiful gift if you're giving it to someone. Now, I have got here, I think it's a storage and fabric collection I've got for you here. Now, I think, you've got your yellow sticker as well, so you've got some free stuff. Now, I think these are, I'm going to be bold when I say it, the best storage patterns we've ever done.
Oh, that's such fighting talk,
isn't it? I'm going on record, I'm going to say it. I think these are the best storage templates we have ever done. Now, you are getting 3 huge, I'm going to show you the bags they make in a second, but let me show you the templates. 3 huge template sets, and for your platinum price of only $20.70 or $26.77, and I'm going to show you your massive freebie as well. It is absolutely incredible. With this, I'm so excited. I was setting up the shop, I was like, oh, have we got that? It's my favourite thing. Wait, I'll show you it. So you've got a fabulous sewing caddy. You've also got your storage tote. Can I just tell you, brilliant nappy bag. If you've got anybody having a baby and they need a tote with all of the nappies and the wipes and the thingies and everything, and it needs to be able to move around the house, that brilliant nappy caddy, and not just a sewing storage organiser. And you've got your little bag with the pop-off tool holder. I actually use this as a makeup bag with makeup brushes in. So there's so many different things you can do with these, and you've got the templates to make them all. Let me show you the projects because it never looks as great.
I need to see that makeup
This one, right? So
yes.
you never appreciate how much they're brilliant they are looking at the package as to the actual project. So this is the one that's a tool carrier. For all of your soft things inside, and you've got your little pockets there. Let me turn that around so you can see there. There you go. You've got your little pockets inside so you can put stuff in. Really capacious. It's gusseted, so it's capacious. Means you can
get a real word, or have you made it up?
No, it's a real word.
Oh, it's a nice word.
Ben didn't know that word, and he uses it a lot now. Capacious.
I'm going to capacious.
Yes, it just means a lot of
capacity.
Space to put stuff in. And then you've got this, which is removable on the outside. Now, this is your removable tool holder. We've used the poppers to put it on there. You get the positioning for the poppers. And then when you open this up, it's got all of the spaces for your crafty tools. Just doing my zip round, there we go. For your crafty tools inside. I use this for all of my face makeup because it takes a lot these days. And my brushes on the outside, but it means the brushes aren't getting rattled around inside,
That's
Sarah.
my big problem, yeah.
The brushes, because they all get bent and then they leave muck everywhere inside your makeup bag, and then you've got to, you know the nightmare.
I do.
You've got all of that in there, so that's brilliant for that. Either tools or for your makeup and brushes, entirely up to you. Then you've also got this genius. Stephanie designed this. I keep talking about Stephanie and our Softcraft team. She designed all of these patterns. She nailed it with this one. This is your caddy to take along with you. So it pops, 3 poppers on the outside to open. You've got your 2 little carry handles, and then it opens out when you get where you're going. And you've got all of these extra little pockets inside, which are made with the vinyl I'm going to show you in a second, that's zipped, so you can see what's inside there. So you can get yourself organised, your bobbins, your threads, your tools, your little seam rippers, whatever it is. And you can see you've got pages of those. Pages and pages of them to keep organised, but she's done it so that you Velcro them on and off.
Oh,
so you can take
nice.
that one and work from it, and then you can put it back in when you need to go somewhere with it, and you've got that lovely surface to work on as well. It really is a genius little tools for, look, with all of the Velcro, and they all come off and they all go back in. Means you can organise it and use it however you want. And plus, by the way, pockets for other stuff inside on both sides. Pockets for everything.
Do you know what? That would be quite a nice, easy project for me, that one, because it's got no corners to sew around.
No, it's all straight lines.
Straight lines sewing.
Yes.
I'm thinking that'd be brilliant if you're like me and you just want to get started on something.
Yes, but you know, absolutely. And do you know though, Sarah, you could even use that for your makeup as well and for your hair clips and stuff. There's nothing to say that this has to be sewn. It's organisation for whatever you want to put inside of it. It doesn't just have to be for your sewing. And you're right, all straight lines and a little bit of hemming. Very, very easy to do.
I can do hemming. I learnt that.
You've got that, yes.
I had a bit of practice. We're all good trying that one.
We're all good with that. This one's my favourite. This is definitely Capate. Look at this. I'm elbow deep in this. This is really, really big inside. You've got all of that extra storage in there, which is fantastic. And then you've got all of these pockets on the outside. You've got your zipped compartments here. You've got your mesh pockets on the side, so you can see what you do. That keeps that in place. You've got your grab and carry handles on there. On the back here, you've got more storage. You've got mesh pockets, and then all of that space inside. As if you've got anybody in the family having a baby, to have this as your baby organiser beside the sofa with all the nappies and bottles and portions and bags and everything else you need is absolutely fantastic for that. I use this for my crochet. I have all of my yarn stuffed in there for the project I'm on because it's big enough for the yarn I'm using and all of the crochet bits before I put it together in a blanket. And then I've got all of my hooks and tools gathered around. Usable for so many different things. In this collection, you're also getting the mesh. That's my number. You're also getting the mesh, so you can see from those pockets there. So you're getting that included. And then your freebie is a massive roll of that see-through vinyl you've been watching me show you, but it's iridescent and interference. And you get a massive, massive piece of that to be able to make all of those fabulous see-through pockets, but with that lovely rainbow oil and water effect. That's what you're getting free in this bundle. Sarah, I hope
I'm
everybody's
taking that one home this weekend and having a go at that.
This is why I think these it's a fabulous deal, but I was bold and I stand by it. The best storage templates for bags we've ever done.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it, and honestly, I'm thinking through all the other ones. The good thing is, if you're a little bit like me and you do a little bit of it and you dabble and you want to try a slightly more advanced project, you're looking at that and you're probably thinking, well, it's no good me buying the kit because I don't know where to get that meshy stuff and I don't know where to get that see-through fabric. So any other fabric's fine, but you need the meshy stuff and the see-through fabric. You get both of them in with the kit along with... Yeah. That's just brilliant.
It is. And you get a massive piece. Seeing the vinyl, I'm opening it up. Is Tracy in? Because I'm shopping, because I get wrong for opening things up. Look, I'm shopping. That's what I'm doing. I'm shopping. Look, and when you see how much you use on a little look how much you use on that little pocket on the side there. Hardly anything. Yeah. And you look at the size of the piece you get, you're going to be able to do loads. It's really great, and it's hard to come by. And actually, when you do buy this, sometimes you have to buy it in like 47 metres and you're never going to use it. Having a piece in a nice size where you can practice and see if you like that, that's the way to go, Sarah. I think it's a lovely bundle.
It is do you know, it is a really lovely bundle. I'm desperate to try that one. And I'm hearing a lot of you are adding that one into your basket. A lot of people shopping with us now. That is a really popular bundle. Right, what am I on to? I've got our acrylic template from Lynn Goldsworthy. Now, these are, I'll be really honest, I haven't used the acrylic templates before. I'm always a die cutting girl, but I know not everybody out there is into their die cutting, and a lot of you want to do them with the acrylic templates. So if I just show you how it all works, okay? So if I open this one here, you're going to open this up and you'll see inside the pack, right? Oh, you're going to get all of the templates that you need to do this set. So you've got all four. Oh, you're stuck down over there. There we go. So you've got all of the templates, but then more importantly, you've got the instruction manual. And the instruction manual is going to show you where you put the grain line, where you position your pieces against the grain line, and how you would follow it through to make the fabulous kaleidoscope star block, if you're doing your quilting, how to transform that into a whole quilt, right? So you've got all of that here. Now, here's the thing, guys. there's 3 sets here, okay? So this one here is your kaleidoscope star, which is this here. But you also get in here, so it's going to teach you how to make the quilt, how to make the wall hanging, and also the cushion cover. You're going to do exactly the same with the Wheel of Mystery. So again, you're always doing a quilt. This time it's a runner and a cushion cover. And the 3rd set in here is you're going to get the Hunter's Star acrylic templates. And the Hunter's Star, really popular quilt block. But again, if you haven't tried die cutting, you haven't done a little bit of quilting, this is going to give you the templates to draw around. It's not just drawing around, it's using your rotary cutter up against the side of these. That's the beauty of it, right? You're going to actually pop down. It's got your seam allowance built in, but you use your rotary cutter up against the side of these to get that perfect cut. Now, I will show you exactly what it is you're going to make with all of these, okay? So first of all, here is one of the gorgeous quilts. Now, I'm going to have to lift it up at the back, because are you ready for this? It's so massive. There is your gorgeous quilt block, right? I'll bring it forward. I'll bring it forward so that you can see it on here.
Breathe.
That is the sort of effect that you're going to get. And all of that has been cut without it being done, so without you having to use dies, those of you who don't have a die cutting machine, but want to try and use those gorgeous templates, right? So that's one of them. Let me show you. I've got a couple of other different ones here. Do you know, instead of a quilt, let's have a look at, there's a quilt. I was going to get a table runner. I've just got the quilts for all 3 of them. They're absolutely massive, guys. Do you want me to stand and hold it really still so you can see? Are you ready? Right.
Oh, my word.
Look at that one. You'll have to talk, Chivs, because
Oh,
I'm
my word.
holding really
I mean,
steady.
honestly, it's absolutely beautiful. That's like king-size quilt, isn't it? Now, looking at all of those shapes, the kaleidoscope effect you've got there, all of those pieces that need to pattern in and give you that kaleidoscope, would be very difficult.
I didn't know. I just heard on 3. I didn't know if that was the close-up or the big one. I'm back.
Would be very difficult if you didn't have the template set to do that. And to know that you've got all of that instruction there and you've got the templates will make that incredibly achievable, Sara.
I'm like, I'm here, I'm holding it, can you see, are we done? Right. Poor Bernie used to have to do this all the time, didn't she?
How you get your guns, isn't it?
Do you know, you do need to see them off right though.
You do
look
need
fabulous,
to see
don't
them.
they? They look fabulous. Go on, I'll do the 3rd one.
The other one, that first one was my favourite.
I'm going to, but we haven't seen this one yet.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to hold it up. Tell me when we're not on cut. Right, I'm.
Oh my word! I mean, can you even imagine? And that's just with the plain fabrics. It's absolutely beautiful. Getting the points perfect, getting those circles around there. It would be a challenge without the templates. You can put it down now, Sara.
Great.
It would be a challenge without the templates. The first one is still my favourite.
I need to lie down. I just need to give me. I just need to. Do you know what would be lovely?
Oh, put them on the sofa.
I'm taking it. Yeah, I'm going over the sofa. I'm going over the sofa, and I'm going to sit on the sofa, and I'm going to have a chill. I'm going to have. Right, here we go.
Look at that.
Look at this. Cuddle up on the couch. Yes.
Yes, Sara.
That is me set.
That's where I mean, you can get up now because you're not leaving me to do the rest of this one.
Look,
And all 3 hours
I
tonight.
could demonstrate the product. I could demonstrate the look and feel of the products here.
Oh, all we need is your fluffy slippers.
I do need my fluffy slippers on.
I normally have my slippers on back here as well. I have my stocking feet. I think that would suit me better.
Well, you don't have to choose, guys. You get all 3 of them.
Do you know what I feel that looks like? The little red things around the outside. I feel that's a bit Christmassy. They're a bit poinsettia, Sara.
They do look nice.
So you could do the colour palette. Could be a winter quilt, couldn't it, or summer, depending on what you do.
Do you know what I just love? It's all the instructions in there as well.
Yes.
All the templates and all the instructions. Quite often for this price, all you would get is the instructions how to do it. And maybe some stencils at that, but you've got those acrylic templates to put your rotary cutter up against the side of. We had a phenomenal deal on earlier, actually. I'm sure you'll be coming back to it later, Leanne, when we previewed it on Wake Up Call.
Yeah.
The deal that had the rotary cutter built in with it.
Sara.
Well, there you go. It's like I knew.
Yeah,
I
got
didn't.
it next.
I didn't, but you wouldn't believe it. So I'll remind you, here's the bundle that I've got with all the acrylic templates in. You can see you're getting one of the sets for free, but you're actually getting, so the Hunter Star is what comes for free. But when you weigh up the whole, I mean, essentially, they're £22 a set, $27. You're only paying £28 if you're a platinum member for all 3. Brilliant deal.
And can I just say, from personal experience, there's on my Facebook page, if you scroll back many years, you'll see a quilt that I made. I'll try and find a picture. I'll try and share it for you, that I made years ago. It was my first foray into making a proper bed-sized quilt of this size. And it's a Lynn Goldsworthy pattern that I got out of a patchworking magazine. And can I just say that Lynn breaks it down in such a way that it makes the putting together of a complex pattern a breeze. Now, I've tried other patterns and they haven't been as easy, but the one I did from Lynn, I refer back to constantly. Say, if you're a starter and you want something to look like that, do a Lynn pattern, because she breaks it down in such a way where it is just easy and achievable and not overwhelming. And you get all of that knowledge from Lynn in those template packs, and you'll be able, I promise you, to do something that looks that complicated in... I did the whole top of that size when I did it, and I had to cut it out with a rotary cutter. The whole top in 2 days over a weekend, and then I just had to do the batten and the quilting. So, you know, it's achievable. I think that's what we're trying to say to you. You don't be intimidated by the size or the complexity of it, because the templates break it down and make it simple and achievable.
Do you send your quilting out for somebody else to do it?
I don't. No, I do it myself, because I know it's not, and there's many out there saying, no, Leanne, you're wrong. Because I know, for example, Katie Jones, she always sent her quilts out to be quilted by a long arm quilter professionally. I always do it myself, Sarah, because I want to feel like I've done the whole thing.
Yeah,
now,
I agree with you on that.
It does look a bit of a mess. It's not always perfect. My lines are not always straight, and my waves aren't always waving in the right direction, and sometimes they do go for a little wander. However, it's my imperfection. It's what I've done with my hand, and if I'm using that as an heirloom or gifting it, I want it to be as I've done it, rather than sending it out. But that's not to say that it's not a bad thing to send it out, because I know a lot of you like to. I personally do it myself at home.
I tell you what, I'm going to go and reassess and have a look at that quilt that you made me and see if I can tell where you're 2 or 3 glasses of gin in.
Go and have, it will be immediately obvious now when you go and have a look.
I'm going to go and have a look tonight.
There'll be some straight tram lines, and there'll be some there'll be some donkey back legs in there as well, Sarah, I'm sure. Right, now the deal I've got for you is with this rotary cutter for free, which is absolutely incredible. And if you are joining us for the first time, this is your essential tool collection. If you haven't tried Softcraft yet and you want all of the things that are going to make you into a professional soft crafter, or just actually make life easy while you go on your journey of Softcraft, this bundle is for you, because it has everything you need and nothing you don't. And they're all quality tools. You've got your miter tool in here, and your miter tool, if I turn this round, helps you for your borders and your sashing get all of these perfect mitered joins as if it was in woodwork. So you get that lovely point where you don't have any donkey's back legs and the points are all perfect. This tool makes that effortless. You also get your bias binding tool. Now, if you're wondering what that is, I was rummaging around this quilt because I wanted to show you earlier, and do you know what? This tool is that good I can't even find the join. So the bias binding on a quilt is this little edge that runs all around the outside. That's what covers the 2 fabric layers front and back, and your batting or wadding in the centre. This covers that over the raw edge so you can't see it. This tool gives you the perfect 45-degree joins, and it makes the quilt so you don't have a horrible lump in the middle somewhere here where you've joined 2 pieces of fabric together. It makes it join so it's seamless. And I have run my fingers around all 4 perimeters of this and I can't find the join. And that's what this tool will do for you, so that it doesn't all come unravelled and out in the wash. It's absolutely genius. You're also getting your magnetic pin dish with all of your magnetic pins in there. You're getting your fabulous little mermaid interference thread snips. You're getting your heat erasable pens, essential if you are doing your own quilting, because you can mark all of your quilting lines onto your quilt top and follow those pen lines. They'll iron away with some heat, they'll disappear. And you've got your corner rounding tool as well, which allows you to do all of the rounded things on maybe makeup bags, on your aprons, on a cushion, on your placemats, on your table runners, anything where you want a nice little rounded curved corner, you're getting that template too. So they're all essentials which will make the difficult things easy for you when you're on your Softcraft journey. And then you're getting this, and all of that's just $29.73 or $39.22. That's already a fantastic saving, 40% saving in fact on that collection. On top of that, you're getting this rotary trimmer absolutely free. Now, I heard some of you talking this morning, and I can hear you all again because I'm magic like that. You're saying it's no good for me, Leanne, because I'm left-handed. It Doesn't matter, because this tool has been designed by Stephanie to be right or left-handed. And we're not saying you have to take a right-handed tool and use it in your left hand and manage. We change the blade from side to side. It's removable and changeable to the other side. So you left-handers can cut with your blade against the ruler as you needed to for precision, and safely, most importantly, because your hand isn't reaching over that blade to make a right-handed tool work if you're left-handed. So it's fantastic for everybody out there. And the 45-degree circle, the rotary that you've got on there, is perfect for patchworking and for other soft craft projects. It's the optimum size, and you get 2 blades in there. So you've also got one to use and a spare, and we sell packs of the replacement blades for you as well. It's a quality tool, and to know that you're getting that free, and it's worth $21.99 or $29.95 in this bundle, makes the value of this bundle that you're getting truly exceptional. And they are the things that are going to make your life easy and make the projects that you make elevated into that little professional edge that might take you a while to learn the technique. I would be buying this. If I'm watching the show today, this is what I would be getting, because it's definitely things that you're going to use regardless of the soft craft that you do. You don't have to be a patchworker or a quilter. You don't have to be somebody who maybe only makes bags. It's whatever you do across all of those genres. All of this product will work for you. It's a really great deal, Sarah.
It's really a silly price deal when you look at it. When you
Absolutely.
think that the free, we could have made the freebie element, the pins or something like that. No, it's the rotary cutter worth $30.
Yeah.
That's the freebie item.
And that's on top of a 40% already saving. It's a fantastic value for money. We've got less than 50 of these left as a bundle. So you are hearing what we're saying. This might be the new riot in the softer side of show. It's great, really it is. And a lot of these, it's good to have a couple. I've got a couple of all of my favourite tools, and I have them in different places when I'm crafting. So, just think about the things that you're getting in there. And even if you've got a couple of those things, for the saving and for that free, it's worth having a couple of duplicates. For maybe it's one in your craft portable bag for when you go to a craft class, and one at home on your desk, just for the value in the bundle.
Yeah. Do you know, you can say that with a lot of the stuff that we've had.
Yeah.
What I will do is, anybody who's just tuning in, perhaps you just tune in and watch our Softer Side live shows, but you aren't, you are watching our other shows. This here is a really special show today. So this whole week has been our whole week of January sale shows, right? So we've had a lot of our educational shows this week as well, but we've tried to put our big special shows. So for example, tonight is the Sara Cartload. The Sara Cartload is a once a month really big special show where we do our deepest discounts. Now bear in mind, we're having that January sale style. So you've got your deepest discounts, and then everything with a yellow sticker on the website gets a free item. Now what we've done is we've made this show pretty much the equivalent to a softer side cartload, which is why everything you're seeing has exceptional pricing on it, because you're getting a great deal, and on top of the great deal, we're then giving you a free gift as well. So in that case, a free rotary trimmer. Now, have to say, this isn't as part of like the January sale deal. This is just our deal of the week that I'm going to come back to now. There's a 25% saving on all of our fabric cutting plates. Now, if you weren't here at the start of the show, you missed a treat. So many of you actually have ordered these. We've doubled the number of sales of these in just the first hour that we've been on air, right? Now, let me explain to you. When you're using your Gemini, you've got your plastic, where have I put them? Here they go. You've got your plastic plates, which are the ones that come into contact with the rollers. Because they are coming into contact with the rollers, they absorb any extra pressure that you've got in your machine, okay? Your other shims that go in there, usually plastic, apart from the one that is your metal shim. However, we've developed these ones for people who are heavy users of the Gemini. So if you are a heavy user, the metal plates will absorb the excess pressure instead of the plastic plates doing it. So if you have a problem whereby you're replacing plastic plates very frequently because they end up like bananas like ours do, use the metal plates inside instead of your plastic shims. They will absorb the extra pressure, right? So they don't improve the performance of the machine. What they do is absorb the pressure so that the pressure doesn't go into your plastic plates. So it's just worth thinking about, because obviously you can't put the actual pressure is in the machine, not in the plates that you put in them. But these was developed as a result of the feedback that we got from everyone. Now, in each set, you get an A plate and a B plate. So they're both different thicknesses of metal, but you use them both together. So these are both going to go inside your sandwich, where you don't have these touching your rollers. You always have the plastic ones on the outside touching the rollers. Really important that, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you if we're using it for fabric. So I've got a sheet of fabric here, and I want to show you I'm going to fold it in half, so we're into 2 layers. then I'm going to fold it in half again, so 4 layers, and then I'm going to fold that in half again, so now I'm doing 8 layers of fabric all in one go, right? It doesn't matter whether you cut into your A plate or your B plate, but all you do is you pop your plates in there. Just going to open that up because we've got the fabrics folded over at the top there, right? I'm going to use some of the fabric dies that we have, and I'm going to show you how we can cut multiple dies at the same time on the same pass through the machines. I'm going to go 1, 2 of these on here. Should we get another little one cut down the bottom as well? Just so that you can see we're going to cut multiple layers all at once with the different dies.
Now that could be an entire block from a builder block set, and, and what you're doing is cutting essentially 2 blocks worth.
All at once.
In one pass.
Yeah.
It's incredible,
Everything's
isn't it?
just now I'm just laying them on here just to demonstrate for you that I want you to see them first hand cutting, right? Now, because we're using a fabric die, so it's a thicker die and we're going through 8 layers of fabric, all I'm going to do is sandwich that between the 2 fabric plates, and then I'm going to get my 2 plastic plates, and ours look how bent they are, right? That's because when we're using them here, we don't make a note. So we pass on from one craft expert to the next. We don't make a note of the last time we used them and what way they went through. Leanne's at home are perfect.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
And I always joke about this. I always say I'm the one that doesn't pay any attention and get it right. Leanne's the one who, because I suppose she understands the engineering, she makes a point of it, of always passing them through the machine and turning them each way. If you turn them each way, guys, they'll always absorb the pressure in equal parts all the way around. They won't ever warp. If you're like me and you don't ever pay attention, you just got to replace your plates a couple of times a year. These metal plates will stop you having to do that, right?
Yes.
So from a fabric cutting standpoint, look at this. I mean, look at these. They are literally falling out of the machine. If I take that
Do you know,
sticky
Sarah,
tape off.
I've done up to 12 layers with those metal plates and those dies.
I didn't know I was allowed to tell people that we'd done that many.
I mean, it's not strictly manufacturer recommended. But
Leanne's the manufacturer, remember? She's the one. So I would get in trouble for telling you that. But
so, you know, but I have done it.
I mean, look at that. Even the bottom layer cut absolutely no problem at all. Now, that is if you're cutting fabric, right? What I will show you is, I mean, look how thick that fabric is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, right? What about if we wanted to cut just paper? So if you look, the paper, obviously nowhere near as thick as the fabric. And then I'm going to use a thin metal die, albeit a very intricate one, whereas these are much, much thicker. So these are your multimedia dies, thicker die. This is a regular thin metal die.
They're twice the depth.
It's twice, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was even that much. Now look at this. I'm going to take a little bit of that die, the paper. I'm going to put the die on here, and then I'm going to put my plate on. Now, if you think about this, okay, the paper's not as thick as the fabric. The die's not as thick as the other die. So if I just put this through, it's not going to have enough pressure to cut. You're going to need to add your shim in that you usually add on when you're using a thin metal die. Now, if I was cutting through multiple layers of cardstock, or if I was using a multimedia die, for example, you wouldn't need that. So I don't want you to think it's this sandwich for paper craft and it's this other sandwich for fabric. It's not. It's all about what dies have you put in and what is the thickness of the material. So, for example, we had a lady email in earlier asking about the jigsaw dies. So if you've got the jigsaw dies are really thick, you can take the jigsaw die and cut it into mount board. I wouldn't add another shim. If I use the jigsaw die and cut it into cardboard, then I would. If I just used a regular cardstock. Now, if I used a thin metal die, but I was cutting into something thick, you just adjust your sandwich basically based on what you're putting through. But if I lift this out here, I want you to see when I lift this off, look how phenomenally detailed that is. That is literally off the chart how well that's cut. That is absolutely another level of cutting. Yet, look at this, hasn't marked the plate whatsoever. You can see a tiny little bit around the outside,
like a shadow,
can't you?
isn't it?
Like a shadow. But someone was asking about like mirror card, and that won't ever mark your mirror card. And if I just give this a pop out, I want you to see here just how fantastic that performance is. And what we're doing is we're not improving the performance of our machine, we are improving the lifespan of all of our other plates, because the metal will then absorb it. So yes, they're more expensive. These plates are an expensive addition to your collection, which is why they can't come in the box to start off with, because not everybody needs them. But if you're a heavy user, then I would say they will make such a huge difference to the way you use your Gemini and how often you need to replace the plastic plates. But they're not just for fabric. So we've said, yes, they are the fabric cutting plates, but I wanted you to see the performance and how they will work with paper dies and the sandwich combination you need need to use with those paper dies.
I love that, Sarah, because I think that's been a common misconception from lots of people. I think they thought they weren't for them. So I love the fact that we've been able to show that. We've got a video coming up for Club Inspire in a second, but just before we do that, so many of you, thank you for joining us. Sandra, Michelle, Deborah, Sylv, Mariah, Lillian, Christine, Val, Helen, Benetta, Maricel, Carletta, so many of you joining us. Thank you so much for being here with us. We've got a couple of questions. Michelle said, when you add a zipper to the see-through plastic, how do you keep it from tearing with use? Great question, Michelle. Just make sure you elongate your stitch length slightly. So if you normally stitch with a 2.4 stitch length, elongate to maybe 3.4. And what you then get is the needle isn't going in so often, so you don't get the perforation. So just a little bit longer stitch length and you will be fine. So thank you for asking that, because I didn't think to say. Thank you, Michelle. Susie says, how much fabric do we need to make all 3 projects? Susie, can you comment again and let me know, was it the bags or was it Sarah's 3 big quilts? And we'll let you know. I'll give you a best guess for that, so we can help you with that.
I'm going to guess that was probably your bags, because the quilt is like a craigie.
So for each bag, 1/2 metre of your outside and your lining. More than enough, you'll have loads spare. If it's the bags. Michelle says, I love my CC rotary cutters, they cut so smoothly. And Lillian says, Leanne, I'm left-handed, so the rotary cutter sounds ideal for me. Yes, Lillian, yes, it is ideal for you. Now, we're going to give you some time to check out your baskets. You've been shopping the deals. You're loving what we're showing you in this Softer Side show. We've got so much more coming up, and I'll tell you about that when we come back. Before that, have a look at why I believe Crafters TV and Club Inspire is the best in the land.
Welcome to Club Inspire, Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My answer here has to be Tracy. I'm going to give a little shout out to our Tracy.
I think if I had to nominate somebody, I'd probably go with Tracy.
Because Tracy keeps me fully supplied with cups of tea whenever I'm working here. She always finds me the things that I've lost, and she's always great to be around.
Sort of get involved with our sample library, which is massive. It's where all the samples are kept, all nice and neatly, all labelled up. And part of their job is to get the necessary samples out for the shows that we do every day, get them all ready and prepared, often display them, tidy them away again, pop them back in the sample library, and that takes an inordinate amount of time.
Because they literally are the cogs that keep us working, and I don't think a lot of people realise just what they do for us in terms of getting everything show ready so that we can come in, get ready and be relaxed to go on air and do those kind of things.
So that is just a small part of what they do, you know, as well as being floor managers during the shows, getting us any products that we need, and most importantly, bringing the coffee.
Everybody on screen knows I make everybody's tea and coffee.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, you know, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
Those of you who've been with us for a while, since Crafters TV was first brought to your screens, will absolutely appreciate, and we'll be able to tell everybody else what a fantastic club Club Inspire is. It's a club that puts the crafter and our customer at the centre of everything we do. And I think we're brilliant at that at Crafters Companion, and that video absolutely demonstrates how brilliant we are at it, I have to say. And then Crafters TV here, you've just got everything you need in a one-stop shop, haven't you? Now, we have got some fabulous deals coming up for you in the rest of this Softer Side show. We've had some amazing deals already, and we've just been getting an update. You are shopping and you are loving what you're seeing. So please do stick with us and take advantage of the deals that we've got coming up. We're going to be back with Cartload tonight, and we're really excited about that. That's going to be at 6 p.m. UK. I have to look at my chart to remember. 2 p.m. Pacific, no, 1 p.m. Pacific and 10 a.m. 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm just going to look, wherever you are in the world, look at your clock. That's the time. So that's going to be 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific time. There we go, Leanne, get that right. And 3 hours of fantastic cartload fun. And in the 2 hours, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m, we're going to have some limited time deals for you. We're really excited about those, where you've got a small amount of time to get a stupid deal. So I'm very excited. However, we've got more great deals for you. Never seen before these on CTV. These were what we would call a wholesale only item. So they were for our trade customers and stores. But we've got them on CTV for you in the Softer Side show with a fantastic deal. This is absolutely incredible. I love them. Are you getting all 3 of these, Johnny? No.
They're on 3 for 2.
Oh, they're 3 for 2. These 3 for 2. Are we getting all of these 3? Individually.
So that price is the individual price for the reindeer. But if you buy a reindeer, if you buy 2 reindeers, you can have a 3rd reindeer free.
Oh, I see. Right, okay. Because I was like, well, there's 3 boxes. Okay, I understand. Thank you for that, Sarah. I was looking at it thinking that cannot be right.
You're thinking, how do 3 for 2s work? I tell you what, do you need a cup of tea? I'll go and tell Jake you need
Sarah,
a cup of tea.
I do need a cup of tea. I mean,
Yeah,
I probably
we've got
need
another hour
a
of this,
drink,
guys.
to be fair, but I don't think it's allowed in the middle of a show. No. Not when the boss is here. We'll have tea.
Bring it up forward. Never mind 5 o'clock. We'll have a 4 o'clock.
We'll have a 4 o'clock, champion. Brilliant. We're bringing it forward, the gin time. So if you go and buy 3 reindeers, you pay for 2 reindeers. Thank you. Sarah's put the tea order in. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. You smell divine. Right, now then, so $7.99 or $11.96 is fantastic for this kit with this little reindeer in here. I'm going to show you what's in. And just to make that clear, if you go and buy 3 reindeers, if you're making them as gifts or as decorations, you're only going to pay for 2 of them. You're getting everything you need in here. And as you know, crochet is my thing. I love a bit of crochet. And the fact that you get everything you need in here, including, I have to just show you this, the little bell that goes around his neck. Look. The bell and the little bit of ribbon that you need and the little bit of red cotton to embroider his nose. Everything in here to make this beautiful little reindeer, including the instructions. So you've got all of the basic crochet stitches in here, and you've got your pattern all the way through.
Do you think I could manage that? Because you
100%.
Like crochet, don't you? And you know I'm quite basic at it.
Absolutely easily, Sarah. I think you could, yes.
Oh, the glasses are coming on.
The
She's
glasses,
checking it out.
the glasses are out because I just need to show you this. Because the last time I was on, I got a question from everybody saying, oh, but the UK and the US have different terms. Yes, they do, but they give you them both in here. I'm going to show you where it is. Here we are, UK to US. So, for example, in the US, in the UK, a single crochet, you call it a double crochet in the US. And a double crochet in the UK, you call a treble crochet in the US. So it's always one less. We give you the conversion chart in here. So it's a UK pattern, but we give you the conversion into US. So if you are over the other side of the water, you can also follow this pattern because we have given you the conversion from the UK pattern to the
Chivs,
US
I have
pattern.
to tell everybody, by the way, while
Yeah.
you're talking about that, the website's starting to creak again, guys.
Is
It's
it?
because we had that break. Because we had that break and everyone started checking out. Just please bear with us. If you are going through the checkout process, just take your time. And if it's throwing up error messages, just keep refreshing your browser. You will get there. Trust me, hundreds of you have checked out today.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that there's twice as many of you as normal trying to check out, and it's just creaking a little bit under the strain. But
Fair
yeah, it
enough.
always happens after we have a bit of a break.
Thank you. It's because everybody's rushing to get the deals, isn't it? So you get everything in there, plus you get your bamboo crochet hook. Not a cheap crochet hook, a bamboo crochet hook. And that's in there as well. All of that, so you need nothing other than a pair of scissors. That's all you need, because you put it in a needle, because you sew it together with the cotton that you've crocheted it with. So all you need is a needle and some scissors, and you're going to be able to make that reindeer for $7.99 or $11.96. And if you are buying these to gift to people, you've got the buy 2 get 3. Yes, 3 for 2. So that, I don't know why I'm finding that so confusing. I mean, it's a very simple concept, and I'm finding it very confusing today. I don't know why. Do you want to look at this one now? Ornaments. Now, this is the one I'm going to buy in the next break, Sarah, because I look at this. We've got 3 different ornaments in here. And again, you're getting everything you need, and you're making the little reindeer head, the stocking, and the little Santa head. And everything you need is in the box. This is what I love. All you've got to add is your needle and not even the stuffing. And every piece of cotton you need's in here. You've got it all in the various sizes.
I love the quality of the crochet.
The quality
yarn
is
as well.
exceptional. It's beautiful, really it is. And this is 100% cotton that you're getting here. It's made from recycled materials, so it's very environmentally friendly as well. You're getting a little bit of brown in there to do that. All of your instructions, again, exactly as I showed you earlier, plus your bamboo hook, plus your sustainable recycled stuffing. All of that stuffing is in there. All you need is a pair of scissors and a needle to sew this together, and you're going to be able to make all 3 of those fabulous little ornaments on the front there. They'll be great hanging on the tree. And this is I like to crochet because it's sociable. And when I say sociable, I can sit and watch a bit of telly with Simon on a night, but I can be crocheting, because I can't just sit and watch telly. I find that boring. I get a bit antsy and I have to go and find things to do. One of these people who has to be constantly occupied or doing something. So if Simon, if he's like, I haven't seen you, Leanne, let's sit and watch a bit of telly, I'll do a bit of crochet while I'm watching the telly with him, and then that keeps my hands and my mind occupied. But I can do that with little projects like this. And plus you can make one a night. It's a very quick and achievable thing to do. It's not like you're setting yourself up with a blanket that's going to take you 6 weeks to get through. It's a nice little achievable project. You feel like you've done something quickly. And the price for $15.99 to make all 3 of those and $23.19 is fabulous. Is this on 3 for 2, Johnny? So if I buy 3 ornament kits, I only pay for 2, and I get to make 9 ornaments.
2 ornament kits and get a reindeer for free if you want.
I can mix and match.
Yes, now she understands why she's got them.
It. I mean, it's took a while.
So you've got to have, but you've got to put 3 in your basket. Put 3 or 6 in your basket.
So
If you
you
put
get the
4 in your
cheapest
basket,
free.
you'll get the cheapest free.
Right, I've got it now. I understand. So they're the ornaments, that's the reindeer, this is the tree. The tree is macrame. I haven't tried macrame yet, Sarah, have you?
I love it.
I think I might have to try this.
I think you need the because look how much macrame thread you get.
Look at that.
And then
Isn't it
I've done a
amazing?
couple of them. If you go and have a look on my Instagram, you'll see a couple of the ones I've done. But I haven't tried a Christmas tree. I am absolutely taking one of them Christmas tree kits home and trying it. Yeah.
I need to try this too. I think I might have to go shopping, because I really want, I've not tried macrame, and I really want to. You're getting all of that macrame cord, you're getting your bamboo hanging reel for the top of your tree, and then all of the instructions for the knotting and putting it together. I'm going to try that, because macrame is something I have not tried. So I'm going to give that a go. It's all about New Year, New Craft, isn't it, Sarah, next week? My new craft's going to be macrame.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
I honestly try it. You'll absolutely love it. I think I already do a bit of crochet, but I'm desperate to try these crochet kits. Now, here's the thing. Bit of bad news, guys, right? There was a Santa and a penguin, but we didn't have enough stock of them to put them in the 3 for 2. So these were just on a special half-price deal. The penguin's actually sold out, which means I'll just take that one home. Nobody's going to miss it.
Well, you can do what you like, Sarah.
I can indeed. I love that privilege. You have got the Santa left though. And again, look, you're getting all, look, can we just see? $3.99 or $5.98. If you're shopping for Christmas presents for next year, right? or even presents to give people through the year, little project you can do. Look how it comes in that gorgeous box.
Gorgeous.
It's all made from fully recycled stuff. It's got the, you've got the little wadding underneath. I haven't got to it, but I'm not going to pull the packaging apart because it looks lovely. I just love that they come with all of these instructions. So please guys, $3.99, $5.98.
That's not even a cup of coffee. It's not a cup of posh coffee when you go out.
You can buy as many of these as you want though, right? So if you want to stock up and get a few of these as gifts, I'm thinking these would make absolutely brilliant presents. So the Santa one is available to buy separately, but by the way, before we even got to it in the show, the penguin sold out. So hopefully you're getting a fit. Between that and everything going on wrong, there's only 60 Santas left. With everything that's been going wrong with the website, they're not going wrong, but the slow chugginess of the website, that's because people are buying several of these at once, right? Of all of these sort of things. Because it's not just you guys watching Crafters TV that are ordering. We literally email out to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to let them know that these special deals are on. So you've got all of them people shopping the website, as well as all of those of you who are watching Crafters TV live, which is why we're really struggling today. Really sorry. Thank you for persevering, those of you that are. But all I'm going to say, deals like this don't come along every day. These are our January sale. The whole point is to clear everything out of the warehouse, to make space for all the new product that's coming in. We kick off New Year, New Craft next week with so many different craft projects. I think there's some brilliant stuff coming through, but the January sale is the time to pick up some absolute deals. And $3.99 for a crochet set. You couldn't go out to the high street and buy the crochet yarn for that, let alone the actual hook and the instructions as well. Some brilliant deals on. Keep shop. If you click on Shop the Day, you'll see all of the items that we've got in the special prices. Everything's on there. But if it's something like a 3 for 2, you'll see it's got the 3 for 2 sticker on. Make sure you do add 3. It doesn't have to be 3 of the same thing. It has to be something in the 3 for 2 in that same category, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, Chivs. These are going to be like hotcakes, these.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. I understood. I'm just over here grabbing something else off my shelf.
Well, you're go down and grabbing stuff. I was about to climb underneath the bottom and pick up the yarn I've just dropped.
We both went wrong at the same time.
We
I was
did.
just looking at my new product and thinking, I need to tell you about this bundle again because it works with this. So this half-price bundle we've got here is our Monogram maker, and you're getting a set of stencils for free. Now, $4.79 or $6.79 for both of these is fantastic. So you're paying for one, you're getting one free, and the freebie is $9.99 or $16.99 dollars. So that's a good amount free, but you're only paying £4.79 or $6.79 for both, to get both, because you're getting one free. Absolutely. This isn't a cup of coffee either. This is definitely the sort of stuff where everything that comes along, when we're showing you them like this and like your little Santa, where they just get put in your basket and you just put it in your box for gifts for later or for try me later. Oh, Sarah, I've got news.
You've got news. Is it that it's green on the screen and it soon won't be seen?
Yes, it's limited stock. She took the blooming thing. I was going to do Ben proud. It's limited stock. It's green on the screen, which means, Sarah...
Hurry up and check your baskets out, otherwise you're not getting it.
Yes, it soon won't be seen. Now, honestly, these are fantastic, these Monogram makers. I absolutely love them. And I want to show you what they're like. So, look, you can see on the front, big monogram with alphabets in the centre, and then we've got this one here. Now, monogramming and personalisation is huge. This could be great for the reverse of your quilts. You know, when I was saying about personalising them, these stencils are fabulous because you're going to keep them in place, and then what you're going to do is use your heat erasable pens, which come in your essential tool bundle, on the front of your quilt or your gift bag or your cushion or your project, whatever it is. Could be a pyjama case, could be the bottom of some curtains in a little girl's bedroom, could be whatever it is you want. And you're going to trace around the shapes with your heat erasable pens, and then you're going to either free motion quilt or hand embroider around what you've traced, and then when you iron it, the pen will disappear. And you get to make these beautiful frames for all of your monogramming. Now, for you paper crafters, use these as templates with your mixed media. Use them with your pastes, use them with your sprays, use them with your ink pads, use them on your scrapbook pages, use a quarter of them on your card projects. It doesn't just have to be about sewing with these, it can be about your paper crafting too, because at the end of the day, it is just a really nice big stencil. I'll put that back in the packet in a minute. The other two patterns you've got on these, so you've got that lovely half wreath, and you've got those little arrows going around. The arrows going around, these ones, that's a nice masculine design actually. So even we've got the feminine and the masculine there, and then your laurel wreath is absolutely beautiful too. And it just gives a lovely frame to messaging and monogramming. And it doesn't just have to be initials in there like LC or whatever it is you want to put in. This could be the frame to that little message.
Can I tell them the really funny Elsie story?
You can tell them the funny Elsie story, go on.
So I always used to take the mickey out of Leanne, say she was like really old.
Yeah.
Because she's older than me. This was like 13 years ago when she started,
How many years
right?
older than you, Mama? 14?
Yeah. That's really old in my head.
It's not a lot.
Or it was when I was like a young whippersnapper in my 20s when
you were
you first came to
23.
work for us.
Yeah.
So anyway, right? So I thought people were calling her Elsie around the office because like Elsie's a more traditional older lady name. No offence to any Elsies we might have watching out there. If there are, let me know. So I thought
It's becoming
everybody in the
popular
office...
again now, though, again.
It is, but all the old ones are coming
Yeah.
back. So I thought everybody in the office was calling her Elsie because I'd said she was well old to a few people. Yeah. And I tell you what, you were 40 at the time, weren't you?
I was, yeah. Well old.
I was like, oh my God, Leanne's so old, she's 40. Says me, who's now a couple of years off 40. And I thought everybody in the office started calling her Elsie, and I felt really guilty for about 3 years. And then someone pointed out their initials are LC.
They were calling me
so
LC.
she got called LC as a... Oh, Elsie, I call her Chivs. They say, oh, Chivs. They would go, oh, Elsie. We were saying, Elsie, you old lady over there.
Honestly, that is a true story. She actually thought they were calling me E-L-S-I-E, Elsie.
I also thought Leanne's name, because you know how it's spelled differently to Leanne, it's just L-E-A-N-N. So it's Leanne without an E, like I'm Sarah without a H, right? For some reason, I thought it was a really special, I thought she was like Leanne. So I thought it was capital L and an E, and then capital A, double N, Leanne.
Leanne. You actually had me a rubber stamp made,
I did.
Leanne. I've
Rubber
still
stamp
got that at home.
handmade by Leanne.
Handmade by Leanne.
That was hilarious.
And then I live in a village, which sounds quite French. So now
It sounds quite French, Whit Gilbert.
It's Whitten Gilbert. However, if you say it Viton Gilbert. So now I can be Leanne from Viton Gilbert. But there you go. We're letting all the secrets out. However, your monogram stencils, great for fabric and great for paper crafting.
If this is us before we've had a couple of gin and tonics, what we're going to be like tonight, folks.
It's going to be fun. Stay along for the ride. But definitely get your monogram stencils because they're great for your fabric crafting and for your paper crafting. At only £4.79 or £6.79, you're getting one free.
Limited
stock, limited stock, yeah. They're not going to hang around. They won't be here for very long, will they? Sarah, you've got a limited stock coming up as well.
I know, I'm a little bit gutted about this, right?
Why?
What? Because it's limited stock.
Oh, right, okay.
This one's limited stock too.
Yes,
so
I see.
again, because you've got to remember, when the deals are this good, it's not just the people who are watching the Crafters TV shows that find out about this, okay? Now, Japanese screw punch. Now, the screw punch is brilliant in and of itself, and what it does is it makes holes in things. Do you know what? I can get a couple of sheets of card here and I can show you, right? So, I shouldn't really do it onto the glass mat, should I not? What do you propose I use,
no, you
Chips?
can.
Are you all right with us doing it on the glass mat?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
like
you
doing
can.
kissing your trousers off, right? So, if we want to put a hole in the sheets here, all you do is you hold it and you press down, right? And it's going to do your holes in there. Look at that, absolutely perfect. Now, I've done the top one, and the bottom one's acted, well, I mean, you can probably push it through if you want, but it's acted like a spare. Are you watching that again? I'll show you from the front, instead of being, oh, she's coming.
I've come to pinch some fabric.
Oh, fair enough, right?
Is that okay?
So all you do is you hold it
Here.
down and you press down like this, and it's going to cut through their multiple layers absolutely perfectly, right? Now, I know you could be thinking, well, what about I could just use a little hole punch for that, right? Not in your fabric, you couldn't. This is literally, so if I get here, she's been to pinch me fabric, but imagine I was wanting to put some poppers in here, right? And I can get through multiple layers here. Do you know what? Probably can go through 4 layers. I could go through, this is where you should really have it on her so that it doesn't, and it's put my hole into 4, in fact more than 4 layers there. 4 layers of fabric straight through. Now, why do you want to put holes in your fabric? You want to put holes in your fabric so that you can do your screw punch, right? This is brilliant, guys. I'm going to be really honest. You get both of these, by the way. You get the brass one and also the silver one. Now, I did all of my camper van stuff with the silver screw punch tool. Did you see all my stuff I did on the camper van?
I did. Well, I kept seeing it firsthand in your camper van.
Oh, yes, I showed it, right? So can you see, these are all, can you see you get the different parts that go with, I'm taking out the large ones here so that you can see it. So you get, I don't know what the names of them are, you get the round ones, you get the backing pieces, you get the little poker bit like this, and you get the sticky up bit, right? So if I just show you...
I'm going to change the packaging, Sarah.
To them words.
Yeah.
Right. So there's your 4 words that you've got on here like this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your holes that you put... Let's imagine I put them in here because it's a little bit easier for you to see, right? So one side, this goes through, and then you're going to attach this piece on there, right? So there's your popper. And then on the other one, you're going to go... This goes up through here, and this piece goes on, right? Oh, and you're going to push them in together, and they will push when it goes through. So the whole point is that's going to go through there, and then what you do is you take these pieces here, so that goes onto there.
Yeah.
That one there, you need the rounded edge. I just find these. Where's my open piece, right? So can you see the open piece goes over the top? Hit it with a hammer,
yeah,
and it's going to squeeze these 2 together.
Yes.
This one, you're going to put this one on here. I don't know if I've got the right size backing piece for the front piece, right? But you take the 2 bits together. This goes into the middle and it squashes it flat, which means you get then the popper piece. Yeah,
yes,
that's the wrong size for there, isn't it?
The
popper piece goes into the bottom piece there.
Yes.
It's just to show everybody how it works.
Yes.
And so in the kit, you get loads and loads of the actual poppers. This here is your background piece, so that when you're hitting it, right? So for example, you're going to sit this into that background piece there. This is going to go over, you're going to hit it with your hammer, and it's going to protect the background piece, right? You then also get all of the different sizes for the different... There's your little mini poppers, and then your larger ones as you go through. I'm just going to tell you now, so on my camper van, I did myself a lovely blackout blind, and instead of fastening it on, I literally did poppers, so that you've got poppers all the way along the top. And I fixed the background pieces. I actually screwed them into the background of me wood, and then I just put the popper pieces on the front. And then I went round popper and everything. So literally
It's
everything in
addictive,
my
isn't
whole
it?
camper van is over. All my tea towels have got poppers on, all my dishcloths have got poppers on, and they all have a place to live, and I'm so organised, it's unreal. Do you know what I even did? Some of the kids, I put poppers on the socks so that you could put 2 pairs of socks, and then I did their gloves, and I did the two of their gloves together so that they pulled them together. I poppered everything. Honestly, I sent one of these home, I poppered everything that weekend.
I think they're quite addictive and useful, and actually if you're not a soft crafter or a paper crafter, it's just a handy toolkit to have in the house for fixing, because I fixed a pair of jeans.
Did you?
With a new popper from that kit. Yeah.
I tell you what,
Because-
we won for nothing here.
And well, I'll be honest, I needed a bit of extra room.
Right.
It was like after Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And so I was like, that button isn't going over there. I'm just going to put a popper on. I'm back on the button now, but I needed a popper for a while. But it's handy, Sarah. And like
They're
you said,
really
you know,
handy.
you can have, I put poppers on my apron so that your microfiber cloth when you're cleaning your stamps.
Yes.
You pop it on.
Pop it on your apron.
And so it's there, and you can take it off. It's just so, honestly.
Once you start popping, there's no stopping you guys.
stopping. There's such a useful kit.
Well, what you're actually buying is the brass kit and the silver kit. You get 30% off when you buy the 2 together. The screw punch, which is essential to go with them, you get for free. So the screw, and can you show you, it's got all the different sizes, and if you wonder where they are, they're in the, can you see,
lid.
they're all in the actual lid.
And
So
you know,
there's
for
your different
paper
size ones.
crafters, I can't recommend that Japanese screw punch enough, because with the punches that you get in paper craft, you've got an inch margin around the outside of your piece of paper. But if you want a hole in the middle of your piece of paper to put a piece of ribbon or something through, you can't. But with a Japanese screw punch, you can put it anywhere on a big piece. It isn't just in the perimeter or the margin. You can position it anywhere
Well, watch,
you
I'll
want.
show you. I'm
So
going to
for
I'm
paper
going to go
crafters,
for
it's
smaller
fantastic.
holes.
Yeah.
We had a big hole this time. I'm going to take the medium size hole in. So all you do is you take it out of the handle, put it into the bit there, and then you're going to screw the edge back over the top of it, right? So I've now changed it to the middle size. Then I'm going to take this and we're going to go right in the middle. We can go right in the middle, and it'll put your hole in there perfectly, wherever you need. And that, you see, that's the smaller hole, and you've got an even smaller holes
Yeah,
too.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Do you know what I use mine for? My Japanese screw punch. I will not be without it, because it's actually, we call it a Japanese screw punch, it's actually a leather punch in its origin.
For your leather belts.
So for leather belts, for Simon, when he's needed an extra hole, I put in for Peter as well. They'll come with a leather belt, and I put extra holes in with the
I love
with
this.
that Japanese screw punch.
So if you're Leanne and you need to extend, you can put a popper on. If you're Leanne's husband, who is like a drink of water,
dressed up.
you put an extra hole on the belt, and he's
Like
tightening up a bit further.
And my son, exactly right. That's exactly what happens in our house. And also on shoes, you know, when you've got shoes with an Alice band bar, and sometimes you need an extra hole, I put the, you know, the You know, the buckles, when you've got shoes, the buckles.
Yeah.
Yes, I've used that to put an extra hole in if I've needed an extra hole in my shoe buckle. And, you know, when you've gotten a crossbody bag and you've bought a really expensive crossbody bag, and if you're me, you've put it crossbody but it's stuck up here and you actually want it down there, I put extra holes in the crossbody bag for the buckle to make it longer with my Japanese screw punch.
Nice.
It's one of those tools you just need for when you need it. And you've got it in the house, when you need it, you've got it. And it makes things that you've bought more perfect for you, and actually you're going to use them more and love them more because they actually fit and you can use them. Anyway, here endeth the lesson on Japanese screw punching, Sarah. But it is limited stock, isn't it, anyway? So grab it while you can. Now, I've got the erasable fabric pens for you. And the reason I went and pinched some fabric from Sarah is I want to show you, because we talk about it, but we don't often show you. These are heat erasable, but also friction erasable. They're fantastic for marking things on your fabric. I've used it for dressmaking. So if I'm making a skirt, for example, and I need to know that this is the top of my skirt, I can write on, that's the top, and then I just erase that with an iron. I just put an iron on and it disappears. So they're fantastic for that. If you haven't got a heat source available, you can, with the top of the pen, use friction. And the heat that's caused from the friction, look, erases that completely. So you can see there it is and it's gone, the little squiggle that I put on there. And I can do the same for where I've put top. Now, you can do it with the top of the pen if you want to, but honestly at home, guys, I either stick it on a radiator or I use my iron. And the minute you put a heat source to it with your iron, it just completely disappears. So it's great for marking your quilting lines. It's great for using with your monogram stencils. It's great for writing notes. I write right side, wrong side, top, bottom side, seam allowance. I give myself all of my instructions on my fabric, which means I don't lose pieces of paper. I know exactly what I'm putting together. These are fantastic. And you've got your 3 different colours in there so that they work on different colours of fabric that you're working with. They really are fabulous, I have to say. And great for kids as well. My son Peter, when he was little, used to write secret diaries. He would write it all in the pen, heat it up so it had disappeared, and then put it in the freezer and it would come back again. So if you've got kids and you want to do some little magic things with them, they're great for that too.
You write, explain that because my kids are going to love this.
So a bit of paper, write a message, and then heat it. So iron it, or on the radiator, a heat source. If you've got a hot cup of tea, put it against a hot cup of tea, it disappears. So that's your magic, so all your messages have disappeared. Then you can put it in the freezer and it'll come back.
Oh my life, I am taken. We've got loads of these kicking around.
Yeah, would you like this packet?
Yes, we're doing that tonight.
I'll bring them to you. Yeah.
I won't get home till 10 o'clock.
We'll do it tomorrow, do the
We'll
weekend.
do that tomorrow.
Or at the weekend.
My kids are going to love that.
Yeah, little secret
Encourage the
messages
writing
to
practice
each other.
as well.
Or you could like rub it on the back of a little ice cube or an ice lolly, something out the freezer, do you know what I mean? Something cold.
And it comes back.
It comes back.
I didn't know it came back. I thought it was impressive enough that it disappeared.
There you go.
I know that's all very exciting. I've got some slightly not very exciting, not so good news.
Oh, what?
So, you know the Japanese screw punch?
Yeah.
We are over-allocated on the Japanese screw punch. So if you want the Japanese screw punch, there are more in baskets than what we have available. It is the same situation with those monograms, okay? So the monograms or the Japanese screw punch, if you have either of those in your basket, you categorically need to check out. And I know the website is going painfully slow, and I know it's causing a lot of problems for people. I only hope that you manage to get it checked out before one of the other people that isn't watching Crafters TV, they won't know the urgency to check it out. They might not be going through there. I'm going to warn you now, these fabric plates are absolutely flying. So while you're putting an order in, get yourself either the big set or the junior set, because you'd be crazy to miss out on it. This show has caught us all by surprise. We were not expecting sellout. We're not expecting limited stocks. We're not expecting the website to be causing the problems that it is. I was thinking we'll be absolutely fine. We'll get through to the end of the show and then I'll go and tell you to check your baskets out. But if you're wanting those, that Japanese screw punch set or the monogram kit, you literally have probably the next couple of minutes to get your basket checked out. So what we're going to do is, you know, I keep telling you there's this amazing set of shows coming up next week. We're finishing the January sale on Sunday and we're into brand new year, new craft. So next week we're all going to be with us. I'm going to let Ben tell you all about it, but trust me, I can tell you all about it in 10 seconds if you need me to, because if you've got one of those 2 items in your basket, don't hang around for Ben to tell you this. You go and check out. Leanne and I will grab a quick cup out. We'll see you in about 3 minutes and we'll run you through the rest of the deals that we haven't looked at yet.
New Year's resolutions. Hard to keep, tricky to maintain, and no fun at all. right? Wrong. Here at Crafters TV, we're making it easy to start 2023 with a resolution you're sure to keep. With New Year, New Craft. This is your invitation to try something different, find a new favourite, and kickstart a fresh new year of craft and creativity. Join us on Crafters TV from Monday the 9th to Sunday the 15th of January for 7 days of inspiration, creativity and new beginnings. From die cutting and colouring to stamping, mixed media, sewing and quilting, every day will be dedicated to a technique. Our expert team is here with everything you need to know to add another crafty string to your creative bow. And with a special show-stopping deal for every technique, you can dive in straight away. So tune into Crafters TV and head over to the Crafters Companion website for all the details and even more New Year, New Craft inspiration. Making a resolution for 2023 just got easier.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we flip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
I feel a little bit bad that I've made the problem worse. So the website's even slower now because you're all trying to check out. However, persevere. It's worth it to get that Japanese screw punch, or if you want the monogram. I can't even tell you what a ridiculously stonking crazy busy it is here today at Crafters TV. Well, across the board, Crafters Companion. I'm really sorry that the payoff for that means that it just does take a little bit longer to check out, but please do persevere with it. I know some people new trying to get into the checkout process aren't managing, but those of you who are in the checkout process, who've got stuff in your basket, it's going through, it's just taking a long time. So keep refreshing, and hopefully you'll be one of the lucky few to get those Japanese screw punch or one of them. I'm telling you now as well, those Gemini plates, crazy. People buying a couple of sets of them. I think it's when you can see the differences it makes. Now, those will still be in stock. It's not going to be a problem. All I'm saying is whatever you're going through the checkout process, you'd be crazy not to add either a full-size set or a junior set to your order, now that you've seen how they work both on fabric and also on papercraft. Now, I've got one last deal that I haven't had a chance, well, it's not one last, I've got a couple. This deal, I'm kicking myself for not having shown you it earlier, okay? So, what this one here, number 31 it is, Johnny, just so you know, more. So this one, these are templates. So you've seen that we've had acrylic templates. You've seen that we've had our dies. These are actually just template sets. Now, there's 3 of these, and you actually get the sewing workstation, organiser, here we go. This one, oh, she's coming overhead. This one here is your sewing workstation that comes for free. Now, you've got the sewing workstation on here. You've also got the storage caddy. I've seen you've made one of these before as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yes.
you've also got the sewing organiser. Now, if I show you them all, right? So, for example, here's that sewing organiser that you're looking at. And when it opens up, right, you've got spaces for absolutely everything.
It's fantastic.
So these are nice to keep your scissors in. You've got, these are all on poppers. So these are the little plastic poppers that we do. But if you're managing to get that Japanese screw punch, you could be putting your normal poppers on there. Pin cushion, little space in there. All rolls up and makes a gorgeous little caddy. Again, lovely gifts for people. This is that lovely storage caddy. Now, I think these look lovely sitting by the foot of the sofa or something. You know, my mum's one of them houses where there's always stuff lying about the living room and it just looks a bit of a mess, right? Whereas, no, I know she's not watching because she got the bairns today, so we're all right. Our Helen's bairns. But if you were to put all of your stuff in here, like your knitting stuff, your crochet stuff would go in here lovely. You've got a little space to keep it all in. To me, that's sitting at the foot of the couch or next to the TV or something actually looks really trendy.
It looks like a piece of the room, like it's meant to be, rather than just left a load of stuff lying around.
That you've got lying around.
Do you know what I use mine for, Sarah?
What?
Since I started my healthy hair journey. It's got all my hair product in that I have to move around the house.
Is that what you've done with this?
That's what I've done with
nice.
it. So I've got all my bottles and
Crikey,
oils.
you've got a lot of stuff then, haven't you?
Oh, I've got 3 of them full of hair stuff since I've been on my curly hair journey. But it moves around with us. So actually my sister Marielle, she is a bleach fairy. She's obsessed with the next cleaning product that's coming out every time. She's got hers as a cleaning caddy.
Ah.
You know, she's got all our cleaning bottles in and our
How nice that you've made different ones though. And again, so how much fabric would you say it took to make one of these?
Half a metre of each.
Half a metre of each one of the 2 different ones, and that includes all of your lining in there as well.
Whatever, yeah.
Brilliant.
So the lining on the outside of there are the same pattern, so that would be a metre. So a metre in total, half a metre for the outside, half a metre for the inside. If you're doing it all one pattern, a metre of one. Does that make sense?
Yep, got you. Brilliant. Right, and then this is your 3rd one. Now, this is brilliant. So this is how it is when it all comes together, but it actually holds your 12 by 12 cutting mat, and they just go into these corners. And then again, you've got space for all of your different tools in all of these. This little, I just love that all of the organisation stuff with the sewing is just absolutely unreal.
It is.
But then by the time you put your cutting mat in there, that all folds over. And again, these have got little poppers on everywhere, and they're just perfect. I remember Stephanie made me one of these to carry when I first got my first bits of sewing stuff. Carry me stuff around.
Do you know what else
them.
that's excellent for, Sarah?
What is it?
If you do thicker batting, thicker wadding, changing mat for a baby.
Oh, yes, that would be lovely,
and you've got all of your pockets
wouldn't
for your
it?
little bits of nappies and your
So
wipes.
you could put
and
your
bits
baby
that you
here
need.
and then all your bits and pieces.
You've got all your bits and pieces.
So just a thicker batting inside
Just
there.
a thicker batten, just for the baby, yeah.
I like that idea. Anyway, you get all 3 of them, guys.
Yes.
So you get there, you can see you've got the sewing organiser, then you've also got the storage caddy. Each one of these has got instructions, and they come with a full video tutorial, and you get the workstation. And actually, in that bundle, we're also including, now this is your free one here, but you're also getting the binding tool that goes with it as well. Yep. So I think you talked about this earlier, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It's worth having a couple of these
genius. So what it does, it allows you to create your own bias binding with perfect 45-degree miters from your own fabric, so you can join it all into a massive length to go around your quilt. But then it's got the piece at the end to do the join, so you cannot see the join, so you don't have that big lumpy bit for your bias binding going around your quilt that kind of gets worn and comes to pieces. You just can't. I went round and round and round that quilt, couldn't see the join. It does that for you and it makes it easy. Otherwise, it's a mathematical nightmare, but the tool does it for you.
Awesome. Over to you.
Oh, over to me. Right, okay. I'm excited to show you this tool tidy. Now, this is our threaders tool tidy. I want you to forget that it's threaders and just say it's a tool tidy. Now, I'm buying one and getting one free so I can have 2 tool tidies. Is that right?
That's true.
And because
That's what buy one, get one free
I'm remembering back
means.
to Crochet Kit Gate. So it's half price and I'm buying one and getting one free. So I'm getting 2 of these. Well, that's even better. Now it says...
it's even better if you're a platinum member, because then it's only $7.99 for 2.
I mean, it's incredible. Now, it says here threaders tool tidy. Forget threaders tool tidy, craft tool tidy, because actually your scissors go in here, your pokey tools go in here, your markers go in here, your brush for your cleaning your die bits out in here as well. So many things that you can put in here, and it's absolutely fantastic. So don't think only for sewing. This is for general craft tool tidying. I have to say, it's absolutely fabulous. And you've got all of those little silicone areas in there, you can see, and the different sizes allow you to put in your different shaped tools. So you can see in the center of the circles, I've put my pens. But because I've got a nice little thin, delicate pair of scissors here, that goes into one of the little leaf patterns, and that still holds that up straight, so it's not wobbling all around. If I tried to put it in that hole, that would wobble, look. But that's why we've given you the different little flower petals, because it holds the different sizes and shapes of your tools and holds them immediately accessible for you. Absolutely fantastic. So 2 of them for $7.99, and the same UK pounds and dollars, not even a price differentiation.
Nope.
Well, that is incredible, I have to say. And these are very useful. And again, can I just say, Mr. C, Simon, he has one of these with his screwdrivers in, for fixing his bikes in the garage. He absolutely loves it. Now, when I was getting my scissors out, I must just show you, this is from the Essential Tool Bundle. What I hadn't realised before is that there were the curved edge scissors that we put in there for you, not just the straight ones. So if I hold that, can you see how they curve up a little bit there? Can you see how they're moving up? You see that little curve upwards?
Duckbill, isn't it?
Is that what it's called? A duckbill. Yeah. So you've got that little curve up. What that is for is if you're cutting round a shape flat, and I'm going to do it on the desk for you here. When you're cutting round a shape flat, you can hold your scissors parallel to the desk, and you can get around that shape really, really easily. Fantastic for applique. If you were trying to do that with a big pair of scissors, you wouldn't get round, but you can take your little semicircles out and do your applique shapes really easy with those. So actually, they're an even more useful pair of scissors in that little toolkit than I thought they were originally. And I wanted to explain that to you in case you were wondering. It's a great little kit, that, Sarah, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. To be honest, I would get, yeah. That's the sort of thing, even like you say, you've got a couple of them, it's worth getting more. So, right, absolutely. I've got zips on a roll, guys. I'm going to bring them in. Zips on a roll. Zips on a roll. Right, so you've got the cream, the black and the white, and these are the regular zips on a roll. I'm saying that really purposefully because we do the regular zips and the concealed zips. Now, the regular zips are the most popular one. Now, if you've not seen these before, where on earth have you been? They're going to change your life, right? And if I just bring this out, I'm going to try really hard not to damage the packaging on one of these. But I might just... Can you note that I was trying really hard not to damage the packaging, just in case it all goes wrong? Oh, Leanne, man, I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling the pressure. Right. I'm just trying really hard to not damage the packaging when I open it, so don't get in trouble off.
Yeah, Tracy.
Yeah, right. So, watch this, right? So you get, you know, instead of buying a zip, it fascinates me, right, that you go into stores and they will have to stock a massive holder, right, where you go all the colours under the rainbow and then all the lengths from a short zip to a medium to a longer, right? You just get as much zip as you want now. Yeah. So if you're doing a little bag, you don't even have to go out and measure the right size zip. Where's the bags that I was doing before, right? So let's have a look. If you're doing a bag like this one, you're just going to go, right, I've got this in, I need that much zip. Let's give myself a bit extra. Snip. So then you just take your zip down to that bit there and you'll go, right, I'll snip it there. That's my first zip ready. And then when I want me one for this little bit here, let's get the next zip down. Yep, I'm going to just cut that much zip off and we're good to go. And literally all you're doing as you move them along is you're just taking all the rest of the zips down. You're leaving one zipper in place and moving the rest as you go. I mean, is it not just the simplest thing in the world to do? I just think...
It changes your life, you're quite right.
Like, literally life-changing.
It is.
And look how much zip you get, right? I'm going to unwind this right off so that you can see. And I love this because it would... If I honestly was making a little bag like this, I probably wouldn't bother putting them little zips in because you'd have to buy a zip about this big and cut loads of it away. So the zippers that you need...
And they're not cheap.
They're not
Before
cheap
we got zips on a roll, you know, Sarah, I was regularly paying in excess of £2.50 for one zip.
No way.
Yes.
Well, look at all it, right, so you are
£1.60,
paying...
£1.70, £2.50 for a bigger project. Yeah, it was.
So you get all of this zip on a roll. So there is actually 5 metres, which is nearly, well, it's about 5.5 yards. 5.5 yards of zip and 10 zippers. So if you're doing a dress and you want a big zip up the back, you're going to use a lovely big long bit. If you're going to use some of your smaller bits, you're going to use tiny bits. It is just absolutely genius, and they're not difficult, because I've had this before. I think, well, what happens if you wind the whole zip off the end? It's not actually difficult to feed the 2 sides on and feed it back on. So yeah, as someone who got really into bag making, when we first started doing bag making products, I got really into it. Oh my word, these made it the best hobby ever, made it totally achievable. Do you know what I did? I did for me in-laws. They had like a nice big seat for in the garden. I bought some of that fabric that's waterproof, and I covered the whole thing for them. And it actually wasn't a difficult project, but I put one big, long, massive zip along the back. It was about this long. I was so proud of myself. It was my biggest zip I'd ever fit.
That.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't see a picture
was
of that.
from one of
That's
their
fantastic.
seats.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love sewing with that oilcloth for the garden.
Oilcloth, that's the
Yeah,
word.
it's fantastic. Laminated fabric.
Yes.
It's absolutely fabulous, isn't it? It really is. It's great for so many different things. Sarah, I've got these 2 fabulous rulers on a fantastic deal as well, and it's buy one get one free essentially, so you're getting a really great price on one of these for only $14.39 or $18.36, and you're getting the other design free. Now what these rulers do for you is create your quilting blocks, and they cut them up to give you that pattern. So you can see this one we've got here is for log cabin, and log cabin is this block here where you've got all of the different little lengths of fabric. That
I love a log cabin.
Together. Do you know what? Really easy to do.
Yes.
But getting each strip, the precise, accurate size, incredibly important. If you've got strips bigger than others and they're not joined together, your log cabin doesn't then nest beautifully, and you've got a log funny oblique shape. So it's really important to have a ruler that will do that for you to get all of the correct lengths. What it really does is maximise your fabric usage and minimise fabric waste when you're using a ruler for a log cabin block. So that's brilliant for that. And then this one we've got here is your tri-square, which just means that you can cut your squares for all of your blocking, for all of your regular square quilts, and then your triangles in both of those different shapes to do your half square triangles and your quarter square triangles, to put them together and do your flying geese, for example, and all of those more basic quilts which just need squares and triangles for you to do it, but it makes them precise and accurate and very achievable. $14.39 for both of these is an essential tool, and they're a nice big ruler. So that would work brilliantly with that essential toolkit as well, because you need your rotary cutter to work with these, and you probably need your heat erasable pen as well. You definitely need some pins to keep your fabric still. So your essential tool bundle going to work great with these rulers. If you're getting that, pop these in too, especially when you're only paying for one of them today. I really love them. And do you know what? If you're starting, great to start with some squares. Like you were saying before, Sarah, straight lines.
Yes, straight lines. Keep it easy.
It's a nice place to start.
Yes. Oh, do you know what? As somebody who's been on the early stages of I'm saying the early stages, middle stages of this journey now for a couple of years, I just feel like we do the projects that make it easy. It's a little bit like within papercraft, we've tried to take the hard work out of stuff. We've approached it from that angle of how do we make it a little bit easier for everybody. And as somebody who's been trying that, I'm telling you, it has made such a difference. Now, I do need to just say there is a bit of a panic going on, Chivs, or Elsie, whatever we want to call you, because people aren't managing to check out.
I'll answer to anything. All right, okay.
The fabric plates, okay? I do need to just say to you, do not panic, right? We have plenty of stuff. The shipment has just come in for the fabric plates. This deal for the fabric plates with 25% off, this is on until Sunday. So even if you're not managing to check out your basket right this second, you can pick up these fabric plates, add them into your basket, put them onto your wish list, make a note of the item number, whatever it is you want to do. And when you're putting an order in the next couple of days, make sure you get them added in there. It's not the end of the world if you're not managing to panic. You are panicking. Not the end of the world if you're not managing to check out now. We do have, the one that is the most limited in stock is the 12 by 18, right? So, but we're still talking, we have a couple of hundred, right? So we've still got a few hundred sets of each. We've got nearly 1,000 sets of the others. So it's not a panic on there. There are hundreds and hundreds of you who have checked out during the last 2 hours to get these. I'm just going to tell you now, when people start talking about these next week, the amount of you I know that'll be getting your orders next week, raving about it in the comments, will end up selling an absolute ton of these at full price next week. So if you're thinking about about this. Literally, you've seen me demonstrate them now twice in the show. We'll touch on them again tonight in the Cartload show. They are revolutionary, not just for fabric cutting. No. You saw that we cut that, and in fact I think I've got it down here somewhere. We actually cut that fantastic broderie anglais, really intricate die, but I did it, and all that happens is the actual extra pressure is absorbed by the instead of being absorbed by the plastic plates on the outside, they're going to then absorb them into the metal plates, which is where you want the pressure to be absorbed, because the metal can withstand it, it won't warp in any way, shape or form. So yeah, really good. But we'll feature them tonight on the Cartload show, won't we, Leanne?
We absolutely will. I'm looking forward to that. Now, we've got, can we just say, it's been fabulous up to now, but should we just say the best is yet to come? Because we've got that 3-hour Cartload starting at 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. I must get that in my head. And I can't wait for you to join us. And in that 3 hours, at the 7 p.m. hour and the 8 p.m. hour UK time, we're going to have some limited time deals for you, which are, in the words of Patsy Cline, crazy. And I'm really looking forward to that. And they're going to be limited time periods for you. So tune in and stay alert for when we give you the information for those. We're going to be back with you. We've got that full 3 hours. It's a Sara Cartload. So you know the deals are going to be absolutely fantastic. We're both going to be with you for that entire 3 hours. All of the deals on our website, as Sara said, are still active until the 8th of January. So please go and shop there and fill up your basket with the deals that we've been showing you and any others that you might find. Shop ahead for those grab bags that are in Cartload where you get your free die binder folder with them, because you don't want to miss out, and take the time that we've got this 2 hours to go and do your shopping and get the things that you think you want in your basket, and then we can just show you how they work when we get to Cartload. And when you're on the website, look for the little yellow circles, because that's where your deals are. You've got your % saving as part of your sale for January, but then that little yellow circle indicates that you're also getting a free gift. Really fabulous, and we'll be there for you to shop your heart's content up till January the 8th. So even if you're not able to check out today, if you put it in your basket, make a note of the item numbers. Once we get the gremlins sorted out, you've got all of Saturday and Sunday to go and shop those deals and get them if that's what you really want as well. We've had a lovely 2 hours. And we've got 2 hours to get the website fixed before our Cartload, Sara. Let's get the whip out.
They can't fix it. It's whether they can get us a little bit more bandwidth. We're trying our hardest.
It's not because everybody's shopping, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yep. Well, but why don't you? Here's an idea, right? It's going to be busy at 6 o'clock tonight. It is. 2 hours time, when we start that Cartload, it'll be manic, right? You've got 2 hours. Everything's on the website.
Exactly.
So get in there, start going through, seeing what you want. And if you can get checked out, you can check out before the show, and then you're not panicking.
I like that idea. And then at least you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. I have to just answer a question for Angela Kraus. Angela said, can I use the eraser pen on wood or paper and use a heat gun to remove it from the project? Yes, you can. You can use them in Papercraft and your heat gun will get rid of that mark for you. Absolutely you can. And another question, can the heat gun be used to remove the pen? Yes, for Papercrafters it absolutely can. Hope that answers it for you. We've had a great time, Sara. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
You've got another 3 hours of it yet to come.
I'm
excited. Best is yet to come. We're working up to the Cartload, guys. We've got 2 hours now between now and the Cartload show. Like I said, everything is live on the website if you want to go and shop the deals. Get yourself a head ready. If you've got any questions, get them into us and we can answer them during them shows. It is going to be fast. It's going to be furious. Don't say that we didn't warn you. We had a little sneak peek at some of the items on the show in Wake Up Call today. If you want to go back and watch the Wake Up Call show that we've got in the break between these two. But I promise you it's going to be an epic 3 hours. And remember what Leanne said, deal drops at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So we'll just be ready for them. We'll warn you through the show, but we've got 2 sets of deal drops, which are all half-price items on top of the January sale items. So I think it's going to be a good one.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm going to go and have my tuna sandwich. You're going to have your granola bowl, and we might follow it up with a gin. Who knows? But we'll definitely see you back here. It's 6 p.m, 1 p.m, and 10 a.m. It's only taken me 5 hours to learn that. We'll see you back soon.